What is happening? Welcome to the Plus Pitch Podcast, more pitching podcast from PitcherList.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is April 21st, and yes, we are going to talk about baseball. We've got Logan Henderson making his MLB debut for the benefit of Mr. Nick. The Hendersons will all be there, is the SP Roundup. Beautiful job by Justin Paredes, as always. So good. But how did he do? Well, that was also so good. 6 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts against the Athletics in Milwaukee. Now, keep in mind, Milwaukee increases strikeouts by about 12%. Still, Logan Henderson kind of deserved this. He has a 92, 93 mile per hour four-seamer that gets a ton of flat attack. That is, it is a 1.6 height adjusted VEA. It works really well upstairs. It doesn't have the greatest vert. It doesn't have good extension. But because it's very flat, it means that he can play that upstairs and then throw an elite changeup down. It is a really good one. It's an 81 at times versus that 92, 93. Very slow. He throws it against lefties and righties. But that's it. That is the pitch approach for Henderson. We saw some sliders, some cutters, not very good. And it does worry me that Henderson will not always have those two pitches working, which means there isn't a backup plan. Not to mention, this is the first time we got to look at this guy. 9 strikeouts, 6 innings is not going to be what we normally get. There is the shag rug, which is the young man's floor, lower floor than other guys that are veterans and know those adjustments. So keep that in mind with Logan Henderson. I think he should be in this rotation moving forward. Either Quinn Priester or Chad Patrick should get out of the way of Tobias Myers. He gets St. Louis next. I'm cool rolling with that. I just do worry that there is a floor we didn't see here in this first start, where the four-seamer isn't as well spotted. Same with the changeup. There isn't a backup plan to help him when he gets into some trouble. It does mean that there will be volatility here for Logan Henderson. I just hope to see like a good cutter, a good slider, something else here to make his days easier. Max Fried Ace is going to ace even with 2 strikeouts. It doesn't matter. He got a lot of outs with that changeup. Also 1 for 15 CSW, but tons of outs on that changeup, which is great. I like to see the changeup being effective from Fried. Really fun stuff there. Tyler Mahle against the Dodgers got the gold star because 7 innings, 0 runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks. He kind of is a Vargas rule at this point with 3 over 35 splitter whiffs and a 92 mile per hour fastball at 31% CSW. So much weak contact against the Dodgers. He didn't go after the middle of the plate. We love that from Tyler Mahle. That's cool. Once the command disappears, this is going to get really, really bad. Also, he doesn't have as good secondaries as someone like Joe Ryan, which makes me a little bit more tepid about Mahle's fastball at 92, etc. But yeah, it's pretty cool at the moment. I guess we just keep going. I don't think it's going to last, but I think that's cool. Yusei Kikuchi's gotten such a nice schedule to start the year, and he's looking better than he actually is because of that. 5.1 innings of 0 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, 6 Ks. He threw so many strikes against the right-handers here of just kind of everything around the plate, but it was just a 19% CSW four-seamer and a 24% CSW changeup. Very hittable sliders. He had a 169 whip. It was still shutout frames because it was the Giants, but like I really feel he can't get away with this for much longer. But it's the Twins and Tigers. Like, I don't blame you for continuing to throw Yusei Kikuchi out there. Tyler Glasnow against the Rangers, 4 innings and 0 runs. Why? Because he had a leg cramp. Should have been longer. He was so good. Don't be afraid. You see him getting pulled out of the game. It's just a leg cramp. Also happened to Merrill Kelly, by the way, which is why he got 5.2 innings of 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 5 Ks at 81 pitches. He should have had a quality start. It's absolutely wild. And he had a leg cramp right before that final out. But yeah, we're cool with Merrill Kelly as well. Brent Suter pitched in this bullpen game 3 innings here against Baltimore. All right, we move on. Jesus Luzardo against the Marlins did exactly what he should do. 7 innings of 7 Ks with 1 run. 8 hits is a little annoying, but fine. 0 walks. 17 whiffs for a co-share of the Gallows pole. 97.2 mile per hour fastballs against his former squad. I mean, maybe he was a little bit pumped, probably in front of a lot of people that he cares about from Florida as well. So I'm not really going to put so much weight on this one. He's been just so hot though. Like really, like Luzardo's really been doing well, adapting also when he didn't have his best stuff in his previous outing against the Giants, and also having that sweeper again for this one against lefties and throwing that sinker inside to lefties. Oh, I love to see it. Clay Holmes against the Cardinals, 6 innings of 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. This is what happens when you have 2 of your sinker and 1 of your secondaries. That is the sweeper or the slider or the kick change going predominantly above 60% strikes, right? You need to always have the sinker earning strikes, but something else, slider or sweeper or changeup, kick change, doing that too and being thrown as the number 2 for the night. That's all it needs to happen for Clay Holmes to have success. He has enough stuff. Now, he was down to 93 on the fastball, not 95, but he was throwing at 68% strikes, and I'll take that all day. You have Justin Verlander against the Angels. This wasn't as this wasn't as incredible of an outing, a majestic performance that I really wanted against the Angels, but 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. We'll take that all day from Verlander, as many people have jumped ship. What's interesting about this is that, yeah, this wasn't peak Verlander. The four-seamer was great, 95-mile-per-hour fastballs, well upstairs, and good strike rate, unlike the previous one had the low strike rate, but the slider was just 6% CSW across 16 thrown. He did not locate it well. I just want him to have a good matchup where he has four-seamer and slider cooking, right? He had that 20 whiff game, but he had some bad luck in that too. Like, oh, just so close. He does get Texas and Rocky Road up next. I'm very much holding on to Verlander right now. Senzatella had the gold star because he went 6 innings, 1 run in Coors against the Nationals, got the win. Oh my gosh, Sensei. Sensei, just do what you like. I'll never quite understand you. Teach me your ways. Grant Holmes against the Twins got the win in 105 pitches. I can't express this enough. Those who think Grant Holmes is someone who can't go 6 innings consistently, he has all the opportunity to. And when he throws more strikes and a 38% strike rate on the curve and 53% on the slider and 59% on the fastball, yeah, that's like a 7-8 inning game. Okay, so nothing was over 60%, but he still went 5.2 innings against the Twins for the win. 1 earned run and 4 hits with 7 strikeouts and 4 walks. Super annoying. You don't need to do that, Grant Holmes. Your command is not chaotic, right? You don't need to nibble that much. You can do this. I believe in you. And I really want to hold on to Grant Holmes here, the real estate broker, because he is such a long leash with Atlanta right now. And he has that good fastball that is harder than it used to be. He has that swinging miss potential with the slider and curve. Just it's not quite locked in right now, and it will be. Logan Allen against Pittsburgh, 5.2 innings of 1 earned run, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. This was against Pittsburgh. Really, Pittsburgh is maybe the most streamable offense right now. It's that and Rocky Road, I guess, and the Marlins. Is that it? Yeah, those are the 3 that I've seen the most success against as streaming. I mean, at Seattle, you could also say too, but just overall, really, really, really good right now. You also have Jameson Taillon on a Vargas rule run. He had 5 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Once again, we saw the sweeper be very effective against right-handers. You love to see that. And he's gone against the Padres and the Dodgers and now the Diamondbacks, and he gets the Phillies. I guess we're going to do this. Gets the Brewers, Mets, and Marlins after that. Like, we're just rolling with Taillon. He's becoming that Toby that you just can't get rid of at the moment, and it's a fun run. I hope it lasts. I hope his back holds up and everything, because he's certainly figured something out against righties with that sweeper. Shawn Burke against the Red Sox in Fenway, 5 innings of 1 run. We'll take that all day with 5 Ks. Yes, 8 base runners, including 3 walks with 5 hits, 14 whiffs. We saw 94. I don't want to see 94 with Shawn Burke. I want to see that 96 plus we saw in September, but fine. Came with 18 and 19 inches of vert, and he had good sliders and curves for strikes. Four-seam was just 39% though. And I actually think that's part of the reason why he had his success. He just nibbled more because of that fastball and was able to get strikes, a lot of them, with the secondaries. That's good. If that strike rate is better than, and at 95, 96, that is a Shawn Burke we got excited about. But we got to give this more time with Shawn Burke. I'm not ready to jump in at 94 with such a low strike rate. You have Kyle Freeland, who left with a blister, not leg cramps in this one. 2 innings. I mean, yeah, I know Colorado Rockies fans so hurt. I know it was a doubleheader with the Nationals and Rockies. So Jake Irvin, oh man, we got to talk about Jake Irvin. We're going to talk about him after this break. Jake Irvin in Coors after he had a really good start against Pittsburgh, and I was saying, look, I think he's looking like his better self. He has his curveball working, but let's just not go after Coors and jump back in after. Well, 6.1 innings of 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 0 walks, and 9 Ks. I should have held on to him, clearly. 14 whiffs, 36% CSW, and only 83 pitches. His curveball is back to what it was. Seriously, it looks legit right now. He has 7 feet of extension too. This feels like last year. I'm going for it with the Mets. I feel like this is a really good Vargas roll right now with Jake Irvin. Tanner Houck did well against the White Sox. Awesome. It's the White Sox, so you add them to the list. That's one of the 4 streaming teams. I'm sure you were shouting it as I said it. 6 innings of 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Well, actually, don't tell it to Chris Paddock. But anyway, the sweeper is still down 4 inches of lateral movement. The splitter was not lined up glove side, it was all over the bottom of the zone, which is good. It kept it down, but a lot of misses to lefties. So I'm going to blame this on the White Sox and do not think that Tanner Houck is now back. Framber Valdez gave you a dusty donut of 200 runs in 6 innings, but 10 base runners and just 2 strikeouts and no win here. Ugh, you got the quality start for those quality start leagues. But yeah, like Framber Valdez is doing Framber Valdez things of being just good enough to maintain himself until he gets that amazing breakout run of like 6 starts or something like that, right? Michael Waka was our streaming pick for both Peel, Bot, and me. 5.1 innings of 200 runs, 7 hits, 0 walks, and 5 Ks. There you go. That works. No win. Fine. And you didn't get the quality start, but that's not what that's all about. You got those earned runs. You got the ERA. You got a whip. This is good enough for a win for streaming. You have Tarek Scubble. Ace is going to ace with the King Cole, 36% CSW, 5 innings, 200 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Yeah, he pretty much did his thing. Just a little bit of bad luck, I think, here with hits. Not the greatest precision ever, but that's fine. Mitch Keller, whatever. 5 innings, 200 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks against the Guardians. I don't want to buy into it. It's just so not enough. Dylan Cease against the Astros. He faced a lot of righties, and his slider did his thing. 10 over 47 whiffs with a 38% CSW. Starting a harder one at 90 as opposed to 88, but it has less movement. But it's still obviously great. 5 innings, 200 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Sure, it could be better, but yeah, this was pretty good. Dylan Cease. Brad Lord against the Coors. Oh, man, he survived-ish. 4 innings, 200 runs. You know. Sonny Gray against the Mets. 6 innings, 300 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Looks like a Bailey special here. 17 whiffs or co-share of the Gallows pole. You whipped out the curve. It was kind of cool. The 4-seamer in the cutter was not located well to the lefties, but the curve worked. Like, that's kind of how Sonny Gray is. He just kind of adapts well, and he has enough of an arsenal to have something that works on a given day. You have Ryan Pepio against the Yankees. 6 innings, 300 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, and 7 Ks, just like Sonny Gray. And it's a Bailey special, and we feel worse about it for whatever reason, but we shouldn't, because this is pretty solid from Ryan Pepio against the Yankees. Now, the slider and changeup were elevated a bit too much. The 4-seamer wasn't able to cook because of that, but it's still a good 4-seamer. Like, maybe he's more of a cherry bomb because he doesn't always have that stuff, but this is pretty solid from Ryan Pepio, and I think you should feel pretty good about it. He should not be dropped in any leagues whatsoever. I think there are going to be those days when I really do hope that Ryan Pepio gets that point of just he gets all of the 3 things well and just is able to be in a routine with that and constantly raise his floor. Luis Castillo, though, what is your floor? It's getting lower and lower as you went north of the border to Toronto. 5 innings of 300 runs, 10 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Why? Because his 4-seamer and sinker are just more hittable than ever. He's not locating it as well as he used to. It's tough because I feel like Castillo should be able to get better as the season goes on, given his history. The old narrative of Castillo is also he's bad in the winter or in cold weather, so it's April and all, and he usually gets better by May and June and etc. But I see this as the deepest starting pitching depth you've ever seen. And in your 10-teamers, you can move on from Luis Castillo. Oh my gosh, I know, but he's one of those guys. It's like Nola, Castillo, and Gallen are these big names we might not want to hold on to in your shallower leagues. And in 12-teamers, we might look back on the year kind of like we did with Gausman last year, saying, yeah, this hurt me, and I should have been out earlier than I was. I hope to be wrong. It's just the hardest thing that we deal with right now is these aging stars who we don't really know if this is the decline or not. It does look like it is from the Arsenal standpoint, but it could always change. Connor Gillespie against the Phillies. Yeah, no. We don't go with Connor Gillespie. Jeffrey Springs was not sunshine and rainbows in Milwaukee's 2.1 innings of 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Sub 60% strike rate on all of his pitches. Also 5 of 7 on the sweeper. Like, that change should be better and also be used a little bit more. I mean, 29% of the time to right-handers is fine. It kind of did its thing, but like that should be higher up when everything else is struggling, especially against left-handers. The command to lefties, which has always been really the Achilles heel of Springs. 4-seamer sliders and sweepers were just not that good. Joe Ryan didn't do well against Atlanta, so it goes. It's going to happen. 5 innings, 600 runs, 8 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. look, until not Jeffrey Springs, Joe Ryan has an amazing set of secondaries. This is going to happen when guys just go and attack those four seamers. Easton Lucas, yeah, we had that one exciting game against the Red Sox. He had really good four seamers there, not much else. And the four seamer is just not that great always. The command was much worse here, and there's nothing to support it. So, yeah, do not go after Easton Lucas. You probably forget who he even is. He's a pitcher lefty for the Jays. They've replaced Max Scherzer with him. It might be Jake Bloss pretty soon. That is an interesting one. That could work out, but I do question if he has like legitimate top 20, top 30 upside, but that could be a productive 12-teamer, especially a 15-teamer ad when Jake Bloss does show up for the Jays. And last, but maybe least, is Charlie Morton against the Reds. Just don't start Charlie Morton anymore. The whole Orioles pitching situation is just terrible. All right, that is it for today. Enjoy today's Boston Marathon induced early starts to the day. You have the Red Sox going right now. Enjoy that. Watch it on playback.tv/Pitchers live right now with our community. And I'll be doing the list at 1 p.m. Eastern time there as well. All right, that is it. My name is Nick Pollock, and may your battles be low and your strikeouts high.